on Elektro Vox at the moment, we have Biomechanimal. Welcome,
Hi.
guys. So many of us here at Slimelight obviously know Biomechanimal really well, but for those people watching, tell us, introduce yourselves. Who are Biomechanimal?
I'm Matt. I am the brains behind Biomechanimal for the last 5 years or so.
I'm Keith. I started out filling in when you needed a synth player for an Aesthetic Perfection opening spot.
2 years ago?
I was trying to, it must have been 2 years ago, and we quite like working together and decided to keep on doing it.
So, a question everyone asks you, Matt, when can we expect a second album?
Well, so we've been trying to book somewhere to actually record the vocals for a while. Like, a lot of the material is pretty much done, and as you've seen from us playing in the last 2 or 3 years, like, at least half the set tends to be new material. But I would like to increase the production value of the next release. Obviously, the last album was recorded half in someone's bathroom and half in like my flat in Hackney. And like, it's fine, and there's all this kind of like audio wizardry you can do to make it sound good, but I would like to take it to the next step. And like Keith and I have been talking about going to his proper studio and recording the vocals there and recording bits and pieces there, so we can raise the value of it. I'm a big believer in like the value of high quality music, and what you put in, you get out.
Yeah, so I mean, on that point, every time Biomechanimal have played, you always sound better and better. So what's the kind of secret, like the behind the scenes work that you put in to make yourself sound better every time?
I think especially in the last couple of years, the work that Keith has done in the background has made a huge amount of difference in what we do. When Keith joined the band, we decided to rework how we write, how we do our songs live. So we stripped down a load of the track in the background, put a load more of it onto like the sampler that Keith is using. Another element of it as well, you've noticed that other musicians that we play with will swap instrument fairly often. I think Lex is on guitar today, she was on bass last time you saw her. I like to try and keep things interesting and fresh for us, fresh for you guys.
It's very common when electronic acts bring it live. Some of them might be inclined to just play the track and try to throw instruments on top of it, and it can turn into a bit of a mishmash of things.
Yeah.
So, since I've joined, we've been stripping out more elements so that I can trigger real parts on my little custom instrument, and we thin out the backtrack so that it,
It's also fine tuning.
it does, yeah.
I think also, especially for this show, we've taken a strong rehearsal schedule very seriously, where before it would be like a quick run through and I trust in the guys to do that. Now we've had multiple sessions, like going over ideas, and like we have a bio group chat, as everyone has a group chat, and kind of experimenting with ideas. And then as we get nearer and nearer a gig, we're like, okay, we like this, we like this, we like this. We're going to bring that to the next show, and then we just keep moving forward.
Recently you remixed Alien Vampire's Ready to Die song, which is doing pretty well on Spotify. Are you going to be collaborating with artists in the future?
Yeah, so a little annoyingly, Frankie from Alien Vampires was actually meant to be performing with us today. We have a collab with Alien Vampires called This Is Your Life, or Your Life. We're going to go with one of those two names. We've got the vocals recorded for that. I need to do mine, but that's almost ready to go. I'm kind of like holding off on finishing it because I want to perform it with him first. Like, I'm a big believer in live music. The recorded stuff comes second. Okay. And that's a shame that we couldn't manage to do that today, but you'll hear our version of that.
Yeah.
There is probably an EP to close to full album's worth of stuff that's very close to done. Just putting in the last polish and trying to plan, what you release and when.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So a signature thing you've had every time you've played live is the guitar that you have. So tell us about the guitar and what you've named it.
To call it a guitar is a little bit of a stretch. It's a guitar. I call it the Elektrowerkz, but it's really a glorified MIDI controller. And I've been, very inspired by lots of other acts, very not industrial acts like the Glitch Mob and such, who have such a strong visual component to what they're playing. It's always nice when the crowd can really see what you're playing, and it's not just some guy behind a table fiddling with knobs or something, and
or worse, like death karaoke.
Or
you want to call it.
You hear stories about bands with podiums they're playing at that don't even have a keyboard there.
That's why you guys have the energy that you have, because you've got more of a stage presence.
If people want to do it their way,
Yeah.
they can do it their way. It's not my place to judge.
Yeah.
But this is our way. I like live music. You come to see a band to see a band.
Yeah.
You want to be surprised and amazed and enjoy it and feel part of what we do. And we want people to be part of this.
As a talented DJ, recently came quite high with your dubstep remix on SoundCloud. So
The dubstep mix, yeah.
how did that go in the end?
Well, this is a funny one, right? So, I don't understand why this did as well as it did. This was just meant to be a pre-mix for the Cosmic Party tonight. But there are ways that you can influence social media in such a way that things look better than they are. You release at a certain time, more people are going to see it. You get certain people to like it and reblog it and whatever, and it goes higher up the rankings. I don't know if this is a sign of me being a successful DJ or social media being corrupt.
You can just take it as a compliment.
No,
Don't have to
I
cheat.
do not deserve to be above Keizo.
You don't need to cheat.
Supporting Grendel tonight, you guys have obviously supported some incredible bands before. Who's been your favourite to work with so far?
Hostco, 100% Hostco. They are the loveliest fuckers you have ever met. Like, have you ever met Urk before? I went to Amphi, and they played like an hour set with a mariachi band. It was amazing. And then I was like walking past the VIP section, and I was like, "Oh, it's you, Biomechanimal!" And he pulls me in, and we like have tequila with him. Like, loveliest guy on the scene, easily, like head and shoulders.
What's your plan, and where do you see Biomechanimal being this time next year?
Well, I would like to get. I say this every time anyone asks me this question. I would like to have something released by this time next year. I wanted like the Alien Vampires track released today, but because we're not doing a live one, we want to do that now. So next release would be nice. I would like to play some more shows, preferably in Europe, but like I think the word used was risk by the German promoters. Although I do see us doing something in Australia next year.
Oh, good.
I did like a Biomechanimal DJ set over there a couple of years ago, and after spending some time with Cyrus when they were over here a few months ago, we might be able to do something. We'll see. Watch this space.
Okay. And finally, do you guys have anything to say to your fans tonight and who've seen you before?
Right, like fucking sold out show. Thank you so much for coming out. Like this has been an amazing experience, and I cannot wait to hit the stage later.
Yeah, especially because we're good friends with Grendel, and
Matt Hart,
Hart's a good
Diker.
friend of mine. Don't really know Diker, but I'm sure they're awesome. And it's extra amazing when you can play 6 shows with people that you vibe with well.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us, guys.
Thanks very much.
And, thank you for watching.